Yes, good afternoon. Mayor Woodward here from the City of Fulton. A brand new year, 2019. I'm pleased to go on to Sawyer County today with Fulton's 5 Minutes. I'd like to give you an idea of some of the positive things we have going on this year. I'm going to start doing things every month to show the positive things, because it seems like only the negative things dominate the public. First off, we were awarded a $900,000 grant for the trails along the Sawyer River. CFA, the local waterfront revitalization program, gave us $750,000, and the Canal Corporation gave us $150,000 of that $900,000. And I'd like to thank Marie Mankiewicz and Brittany Jarrett and Joe Famaro, because the three of them worked very hard to get this grant. Now, how is that important to Fulton? And I've had people say to me, well, can we use that $900,000 for the streets? The answer for that is no. The grants are very specific, and we would be going after a $900,000 grant to repair the streets if one of them was available, but there isn't. So what that will do, that will put us into the category to invite tourism. For many, many years, our sister city to the north of us, Oswego, focused on their waterfronts, and the economic benefit to them has been wonderful. Now, along with that trail across from City Hall and Veterans Park, Assemblyman Barkley also acquired $100,000 for us to do a stairway from First Street in Veterans Park down to the canal. And one of my concerns with directing people in that area between the bridges, it's a beautiful area, except that along that stretch of the river there were no railings to prevent someone from falling in. And of course, I worry more about children. But this $900,000 grant will allow us to put that security in to make that safer. So that's going to be a very good thing for the city of Fulton. And when it's done, it will, the effect it will have, tying the bridges together in tourism, will serve the city for decades to come. Another good thing, we all know that Michaud Nursing Home closed down, and that was a bad time and a sad thing for the city of Fulton. However, I've been notified that Maples Assisted Living is going to take that over this year, and by 2019 they'll have assisted living here in Fulton, which is a great thing for anyone that has elderly parents that need assisted living. The other good thing about it, it will bring with it around 60 jobs, which we need. The other benefit to the city of Fulton residents and taxpayers is that will also bring a lot of water and sewer for the residents that live there, so the city will get that out of it. Another good note on the job note this year, Martin's Fresh, they're a food company. They're going into the former Birdseye site this year. They have purchased that big freezer plant for $4 million. They'll bring 40 jobs, and those jobs, I've been told by the company president, will pay between $50,000 and $75,000 a year. So that's a good note. And also, they've informed me that if they can get the rail back in there, and they're working with the rail people right now, they'll add on or take over the old Birdseye part and bring another 100 jobs for the fresh pack. They'll pay less, but still some more jobs. Also, Compact Credit Union, they purchased the old Yeager's plumbing site on 481, and they're going to take that terrible looking building down. Right now they're doing an asbestos survey on it, and they're going to replace that with a brand new building with a drive-through, and it'll certainly not only add to the tax base, but it will dress up that 481 corridor. And along the 481 corridor, Taco Bell is finished. They would have been open by now, but they're waiting on National Grid to hook their electric power up. And I hope somebody from Grid hears this and push it along a little bit, because they've been waiting since December. But that'll add a few jobs for college kids and people, maybe single people. But it's also a welcome addition to the city. I did go to a grand reopening today of Backstreet Books. OCO runs that, but they have job training in Backstreet Books, and there was a representative from the governor's office there today, and the governor provided helped to facilitate a $1.5 million grant to that building to do an uplift on the outside of the building, which improves the 481 corridor looks, but also the quality of life of the people that live there. So I thank the governor for that. Now, one thing I'd like to say a thanks to is our Senator Ritchie. She's been a very good friend of Fulton. And right now we're trying to finish the cleanup at the Nestles site. The last building that we're going to take down has been taken down. The asbestos has been removed. And now we have Raleigh Construction using the remaining money. That cost us $108,000 to tear that building down. And the remainder of that $2,000 will be used to remove the rest of that debris off site. And having said that, this week I'll be meeting with several former Nestles employees in the museum on the one final building we have left there. Some people I know that were bitter towards Nestles, but Nestles provided stability to this community for over 100 years. They didn't move because they wanted to. They moved because they couldn't compete. The profitability wasn't good with what the power costs and the workman comp costs are here. So I think that we ought to. I was one of the last guys out there, me and one other guy, and I'm certainly happy for the money I made there for the 17 years I worked for them. My wife worked there, my father worked there going back years ago, my mother worked there. So I think we should remember our history, and I also think that'll be a good thing along the tourist road for somebody to stop into a museum and see what it was all about for all these years. And we have a Common Council meeting tomorrow night. The public session starts at 7 and ends at 7:30, at which time the Common Council proceedings will take place. I welcome everybody to come, anybody from the public that has comments. I would encourage it. It shuts down at 7:30, and then you get to view the proceedings on the council and what's on the agenda. And we have some good things in there. And I'd like to thank Surrey County today for affording me the opportunity to have this communication with the Fulton residents. So many times there are a lot of misinformation out there. Rumor mills start, and with the onslaught of social media, it's awful easy to say things that are true but not quite true, or maybe not the whole truth. So I encourage people to anytime they want to talk. And one thing I did forget to mention is Wednesday of this week, the town of Granby will be voting on whether to annex the North Bay Campground into the city of Fulton. They're on board with it. They had to give the school district and the fire district a 30-day notice. And how will that benefit Fulton? It will benefit us in tourism. It will benefit the city residents because we'll be able to keep to afford to keep the campground affordable to residents so they can afford to take their families there. Also, if we're not taxed on the improvements, we intend to put cabins out there. And to the north of there, I think we're going to acquire another 38 acres that hooks onto our road. That goes into a wetland. And the plan right now is to extend the boardwalk into that wetland similar to Beaver Lake, which would be a very good attraction and a very welcome addition to the city of Fulton and the residents and people outside the area. So thank you all for listening, and I'll see you next month.